no secret that Holden is in the middle of a transformation. In the next couple of years, it will shut its manufacturing operations in Australia and move to an import-only basis thereafter. So what does a left-hand drive Opel and a European city have to do with that? Well, quite a lot.
Holden is in the midst of seismic change. The locally built Commodore will disappear from showrooms in late 2017, replaced by a new breed of imported vehicles the company hopes can carry it into the future. Many of those vehicles will hail from Europe and Asia under Holden's placing within the General Motors portfolio. Now, the Astra really is at the forefront of that strategy. It will arrive in Australia late next year and will be available with a couple of different powertrains, a 1.4 litre turbo petrol and a 1.6 litre turbo petrol. The first thing that you do notice about this car is that it does feel inherently European. It's a big step over the current Astra, which is also derived from the Opel family. Basically in the packaging it's a lot smarter, there's more room inside, and that's despite the car actually being smaller in overall outside dimensions. Inside it's much better packaged as well. The basic layout of both the instrument cluster and the centre fascia here in the dashboard is really well put together. And it's loaded with technologies, and that's been one of the real big trump cards for Opel here in Europe. It's saying that this thing is designed to upset the luxury class, and in terms of technology, it does have all the right credentials to do that. While they are yet to be confirmed for Australia, those technologies will likely include matrix LED headlights which dim light in high beam mode that would normally dazzle directly onto oncoming vehicles, Apple CarPlay, massaging seats, a heated steering wheel, and the latest in active safety technology, including an autonomous emergency braking function which automatically brakes the vehicle at speeds of up to 80 km an hour. With regards to driving dynamics, well, Opel says it's targeted both the Volkswagen Golf in terms of overall comfort and the Ford Focus in terms of ride dynamics when it's put this thing together. And it does feel like a bit of a hybrid of those two vehicles. It's quiet on the road, bump absorption isn't too bad, and it steers quite nicely. It's fairly well-rounded thing, and it definitely feels better accomplished on the road than what the current Astra does. But in saying that, it's not quite as mature as the Volkswagen, both in terms of its bump suppression, and I say that because it is a little bit on the firmer side and it is prone to crashing. It can tend to fumble over bumps a little bit. With regards to the Focus, well, it's not quite at that level either. It's a similar story with the powertrains. The 1.4 litre petrol has all the right figures on paper, but out on the road it is a little bit lacklustre. It lacks the torque of something like the Volkswagen 1.4 petrol. But above 3,000 it revs quite happily, and even on autobahns it's done quite well. Instead, it was the larger 1.6 petrol that really struck a chord during our test loop. Producing 147 kilowatts and 280 newton meters, the larger capacity engine is capable of sprinting from 0 to 100 in 7.8 seconds. The engine offers a flexible spread of power, reaching peak torque from 1650 RPM. It pulls away smoothly off the line and is a willing performer when asked. Again, the engine didn't feel quite up to the standard of some European competitors, but it is a step forward over the predecessor. Where the Astra is more likely to resonate with buyers is with its interior proportions, which are quite generous given its overall 4.3 metre length. The rear seat offers adequate head and legroom, and there is a 370 litre boot on offer, with split folding seats. There is a thoughtful array of storage, but no rear air vents. The Astra will land in Australian showrooms from late 2016. Where it will really go under the microscope against its competitors. The initial assessment is that at the right price, the pint-size Astra has the makings of something big.